Hi guys.
The angle is so bad. This is Naomi, obviously. You guys probably know her by now. We are gonna go pick up Selena now. We're actually 8 minutes late.
As usual.
Per usual. We were supposed to go to like this famous waterfall, but we don't know anymore since it's kind of late now. And it gets really cold early here. Without you, it's hard to survive. Naomi and I have the same music taste.
Yeah, we do.
This is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now.
Oh my god. When I was 13, I had my first love. She had me going crazy. Cause she was so amazing. And now my heart is breaking. And I just keep on saying,
Hey girls, I'm back.
hi! So last year we did a video. Oh, this year should we do it in English?
We did a video about
Cause this year
let's do it in English, and now we have more English people watching it.
Japanese
let's go get coffee. Guys, look at my hair. It came off. We asked an Instagram. I don't want to do either. Oh, is that the chia seed one?
Yeah. It's like that. Give it a bite.
No.
It's gonna make you poop.
Hi, my name is Keanna. Your name is?
Hi, I'm Naomi.
I'm Selena.
And we are best friends. So last year we did a video talking about, so what we had last year, we did a video in Japanese talking about what it's like living in Japan as a mixed raised person. And this year we want to do the same video answering different questions but in English. I guess the first question could be, how do we all know each other? We all know each other from when we were little because of a community that our parents are a part of, and we were the kids of our parents, obviously. So that's how we got to know each other. But from there, like, we have things like they lifeguard together. We went to rival international schools. We became friends through mutual friends, and then stuff like that. And then just over time, because we see each other every summer, we became closer and closer. With Selena and I think Naomi and Selena, we all just like got super close out of nowhere because we spent more time outside of the community. We spent time in Tokyo and Osaka and stuff like that too. So we're getting closer and closer by time passes. But that's how we know each other. Do you get judged by other Japanese people because you're Wasian?
Do you?
Like, I just don't care. I don't pay attention
Since last year, it doesn't change.
It doesn't change.
She doesn't care.
Well, I'm sure like they judge us if we're like being loud, and they're like, oh, because they're half, and they're like half.
Right. Well, I hear my brother talk about this, but it's like there's a difference between the two terms, gaikokujin and gaijin. Do you guys feel that?
Gaijins is a bit more rude, right?
Yeah.
I think some people get offended by it, but I personally just don't care.
I don't really care too in terms of that, but I feel like I care when people judge whether or not I can speak the language or not.
Yeah.
And you said that to me the other day too.
I feel like every single time you're mad about something, which is like rarely happens, but when you are, it's always about that. Like it's always about that. I
think it's because I was raised in Japan, and I went through the Japanese education system. So for people to just like, Japanese people specifically, to just be like, oh, you can't speak Japanese, you're, you know, American or you're white or whatever. It's like, no, I was raised in Japan and I went through the Japanese education system, so my Japanese should be just as good as yours. And I think for me, I'm such a family person, and when people make comments like that, I get offended because it's actually like, it has to do with my family as well. Well, my mom specifically, who came to Japan and worked so hard to put her kids through the Japanese system, while still making sure our English was perfect as well. Like, they worked so hard for me and my other siblings to be able to speak both languages, and I just feel like that's so rude to judge when you don't know the whole story. That's why I get like mad and a bit frustrated, I think, when people comment, when people assume.
Well, they just don't know.
I think that goes for everything.
Yeah, it does. Like, I feel like it's like, do you get judged for being like mixed race? Like, I think like you just get judged when you're like alive.
And being present on this world today,
Yeah.
constantly judged. And I think, yeah, that's why it's important to just be confident. We're going so off topic, but it's just important to be happy with you and
Be
stay confident.
confident. No, demo, I went to Japanese school, yanka.
Right.
Like a junior high school. And then from junior high in Japan, we start learning English. And then everyone would assume that, Naomi wa, you could speak English, だからいいよね, みたいな. You know, you don't need to learn anything because you can already speak English, みたいな. But English is same with Japanese. You need to write it, read it, and then speak it. But I've never read and write in English because I've been to the Japanese school. You're hafu, why can't you get 100点? みたいな.
Right.
And that was 結構 big pressure for me.
Have you ever been excluded or treated differently by others in Japan because you're hafu?
That was me in the States.
Right.
Yeah, everyone was like super racist.
But I was called like words and stuff. I said that last year too. Well, I guess it's in English, but yeah, I know. When we used to have these assemblies and when we were going to the auditorium, one guy, I remember so well, he came up to me and he was like, you should get in line to go back to America or something like that. He said that. Everybody is half.
Everyone's mixed. Let's start off with
Yeah,
that.
even if your dad and mom were both from Osaka, Japan, there's still half mom Osaka and half dad Osaka. And I am half mom and half dad, and that mom's country happens to be America.
True.
But when we were born, we were all put onto this earth, and there's no reason to judge because of your appearance and background. Oh, do you think Japan is accepting of people who are hafu?
It's such a broad question.
We live in places that are very accepting towards hafu. The city, like you guys are in Tokyo. Kobe is like pretty much the same.
Tokyo, like everyone's different.
Yeah, Tokyo.
Like not just like
small. There's too many people.
Yeah.
We don't carry each other.
Yeah. Nobody even cares if you get hurt on the train. That's how little people care about each other.
Yeah,
It's so bad. I would say Japan's pretty accepting, right?
There's a lot of people being like half ine. That's okay, but they're like looking towards soyuke. Do you understand? Like,
逆に it's more like people like
is that good?
they also wish.
Not really.
Is that like rice? Is there like tsubu inside?
なんかさ, there's too much powder.
No, I don't like anko.
No,そうなの?
No, I mean like anko with the, tsubuないやつis
I like
okay,
smooth
but like
too.
that one.
You like this? I think we're at that age where we're older. So we don't know what it's like to be young and in that
We're old.
drama anymore.
That's so nice.
I want to do a video about life.
Oh,
We should
that's
do
gonna
that
be
too.
long.
Should we do that tonight?
It's gonna be like 5
I
hours.
would do it like
What would you recommend to another Wasian who wants to live in Japan? Another halfie?
What do you mean recommend?
I think if you're half living somewhere other than Japan, being able to speak both languages and coming to Japan, I think if you don't speak Japanese, places like Tokyo or the city, you can definitely get by. But the countryside,
yeah.
it's gonna be very hard to make friends, I think. Of course, there's people who speak English everywhere in Japan, same as any other place in the world. But it's hard to find that community if you just like randomly go into a random prefecture where there's not many international communities. Whereas it's just easier to find those communities in the big city. I think eventually you'll find your place, but it depends on your personality. I think when you come to Japan, and if you're mixed, you'll get stared at.
Everyone would stare.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you belong to any culture of your mix? Do you feel like you don't belong to either of them?
Girl, I don't belong to anywhere.
That's why we're so special.
Exactly.
I feel included in places where I'm like with people that are like mixed as me.
Mm.
People that are just like, I think that's with anyone though.
Yeah.
Right?
But if I had to pick with a country, I definitely feel more comfortable in Japan.
Same.
I really feel like an outsider in America.
Same.
But that's because we were raised here.
I picked Japan too. I prefer Japan more than England.
It's just definitely because we've been living here longer and this is
It's
our
just more
country.
comfortable, I guess.
Yeah, I can understand people.
隣の人.
Person literally jabbing.
I'm pretty sure the person is hot.
You think?
Yeah.
I can see him bouncing.
Right? Yeah.
Shall we do 〇〇もりもりとか?
Oh, can we do mara mara mori mori?
もりもりも食べよう。もりもりないつまでも一緒だよ。あ、まだ。Yeah.
Oh!
I'm screwed. Oh well, we took too many shots. Think we kissed, but I forgot. Last Friday bar, so we hit the boulevard night. Do like it. You're on the phone with your girlfriend. She's upset. She's going off about 'cause she wears short skirts. I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain. Here's a story from A to Z. You wanna get with me? You gotta
This is like my favorite song.
Really?
The second movie.
So
right?
I
And
love
the-
I
this
love High School Musical
is-
too.
Me too.
まだまだ。
もうちょっと。
ごめんな。
Oh my god! My sunglasses went down when it was like bang. Bang!